Lots of persons, having views for and against. I've been looking at some of the comments. It's been quite interesting to observe. Also, we have debate around, Nigerians who go to the United States as tourists, only to just go give birth and have their children get American citizenship. And of course, a lot of people are talking about that as well. We have some posts up on our pages on X and on Facebook, so you can head there and you can have your say. All right, keep the conversation going. That being said, today's not Thursday. We had a conversation planned for today, but unfortunately, my guests, both of them, have had to, ask that they cannot come on the air. So, of course, we're pushing forward our Thursday, not a Thursday conversation, but something close to health for you to talk about today. And, of course, you would like to take your thoughts on that. And, of course, we know that in Nigeria today, the health conversation has also been, again, brought to the fore with Nigerians being told they can't travel to the United States to go give birth. It's not allowed. And people are saying, oh, okay, if we had a functioning health system where the doctors didn't have to go on strike, where we had facilities, and where the rate of maternal and infant mortality was low, probably Nigerian mothers will not have to go outside the country to give birth. All right, to give birth. And of course, we've had stories of maternal mortality. We've had stories of child mortality, where people just die. I mean, I've heard stories of persons, mothers who've died simply because there was no blood in the hospital after they gave birth, and they ran out of blood and died. We've had different other versions, different other stories, and all of these points to one direction, that the health system in the country is broken. It is bad. It is poor. If it weren't poor, Nigerian mothers will not go outside the country to try and give birth. Apart from looking for a better life for their children, many go out there because they do not want to have to deal with any of the issues in our hospitals here. Now, this is not to say health care practitioners are not qualified. They are very qualified. In fact, amongst the most qualified in the world. Well, as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, as we speak, the nurses are on strike in Lagos State. As we speak, the doctors are also on strike. Now, in Lagos State, the Nurses Association, the Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, they're telling the federal government that they have 7 days. All right. The doctors are on strike in Lagos State and the nurses are on strike across the country. Now, imagine going to a public hospital and there's no single nurse in sight. It's unimaginable. Because sometimes when the doctors go on strike, you feel it, but the nurses can, and when the nurses go on strike, you definitely will feel it. So the doctors, step in when the nurses are on strike. But there are certain things that nurses have to do, doctors cannot do, because they're simply not enough as much as you have the nurses. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where Nigerian healthcare is as we speak. So let's talk about fixing Nigeria's health system. And I want your experiences, especially since the nurses gave the federal government a 7-day notice of their strike. All right. As far back as July 10, when they held their meeting. And of course, after the 15-day ultimatum, there was no agreement between the federal government or the Federal Ministry of Health and the nurses. Today is what? 29th of July. What they're doing is a total withdrawal of their services across all federal health institutions. A total withdrawal of their services across all federal health institutions. Which means if you go to the University of Lagos Teaching Hospital, If there's one like that, is it Luth, right? Yeah, Luth, that's what it's called. You'll not see a nurse. There'll be no nurse there, not even one. If you go to any federal government hospital today, no nurse will be in sight. Now, I've had family in federal hospitals. Yes. My old man passed away in a federal hospital. Because that's what I could afford. But also because I felt, from some things I've observed and noticed, that it was better for me to take him to a federal hospital. That's what I felt, because you had everybody in one place. You had a consultant, what kind of department, everybody was in one place. I didn't want to go to a private hospital that I could afford, where you have to start making phone calls to have somebody who needs to come to check something to come in. Because that's how some of the private guys operate. You don't have everybody in one place. So sometimes if it's a critical case, you may need to make calls. Okay, can you come? Person will come, So I wanted everybody in one place. So I have lived through the federal system. I know a lot about it. I can sit down here for one full day talking about it. Okay? So that's one. So for nurses not to be around in the hospital, it's a big deal. Now, let's come to Lagos State. What are the doctors in Lagos State saying? And I try to reach out to Dr. Jafet Olugbogi of the Nigerian Medical Association in Lagos State. They have now what you call the Medical Guild, which I suspect is a combination of not just the enemy but other bodies there. Now, what they're saying is that they are aggrieved because the Lagos State government, according to them, unilaterally implemented what they say are salary reductions affecting all medical and dental practitioners in the employ of Lagos State. Deductions of salary. So, this is what we have in Lagos State, that the Medical Guild are telling the government, we're just firing warning shots. Return our money to us. Anyway, so what they're saying is that the Lagos State Treasury Office breached. Let's just go back to the beginning. All right, now this is what they're saying. That after they had some sort of reaction to the deducted funds, that the funds were later reversed, following what I'm seeing Dr. Olugbogi is being quoted as saying was a spirited intervention and strategic engagement. All right. Now, they had what is called a 6-member conciliation committee comprising equal representation from the guild. It's a medical guild. All right. So you can think of the doctors and the dentists and the government. At the end of the day, what the medical practitioners are saying is that the Lagos State Treasury Office breached the agreement when they deducted from their money, their salary again this month, July. And they're saying enough is enough. Aluta continua, Victoria Aseta. Anything will go happen, make it happen. So what they're calling for, which is the important thing, is that the deduction from their July salary should be reversed immediately. Then they're also calling for the full payment of 12-month revised CONMES arrears owed to honorary consultant at LASU. This is another one. Okay, this one is outside this current deduction they're talking about, but they brought it in because, of course, what better time to do it? All right. Now, what they're saying is after these 3 days, if within 21 days the government does not reverse the deduction from their July salary and also do the other thing they're asking for, they're going to embark on an indefinite strike until the issues are resolved. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we are today in Lagos State and across Nigeria. So in Lagos State, if you go to the federal hospitals, you see doctors, you won't see nurses. And then if you go to the state hospitals, you see nurses, you won't see doctors. Oh, Coco Bioko. I mean, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. You can't make this up. Meanwhile, the state government is pleaded with them. You know, the medical guild. I've never heard of the. I mean, I don't think I've heard of medical guild before, but it seems to be not just enemy, but other health workers as well, dentists and dental doctors, the dentists and all that. Anyway, so this is where we are. Please call 020127709993. I want you to tell me your experience of healthcare in Lagos State. Seeing that Donald Trump is telling our people you cannot come to America to give birth to your child for the purpose of citizenship. All right? Now, even those who are not going for citizenship will ultimately get citizenship because that is what the American law says. And we can agree that at least half of those who are going are not just going for citizenship, but because they just want to give birth in a safe, secure, and working system. All right. So anyway, please call 0201-277-0993. And you can share your experience of your thoughts basically on the strike. All right. Your thoughts on what the nurses are saying. Your thoughts on what the doctors in Lagos are saying. I've read somewhere that the medical doctors in Lagos State are paid not up to the equivalent of $1,100 US. This is according to Dr. Jaffet Rugbegi, who hasn't picked my call. Doc, pick my call now. All right. How much is $1,100 US? Let me do this thing here. Dollar to naira. So let's do 1,000. That's the most senior doctor in Lagos State government employee. How much is that? Per month. Let me see if they get paid. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 1.6 million a month. Most senior. 1.6 M. Well, I think they're being paid more than even the senators now. Am I correct or wrong? And then on top of this, government will be taking money out of it. How much do they take out? I can see some calls coming through, which is great. 99.3. Good morning.
Good morning, Kofi.
Welcome. What do we have on line, please?
Yeah, my name is Said. I'm calling from Airport Road.
All right, Said.
Lagos.
All right, good to hear from you.
Yeah, Kofi. Kofi, I want to discuss this issue of $100 given to our winner.
Sorry. Sahid. I was just giving you a taste of what we've been talking about before now, not now. Now we're talking about healthcare in Lagos State and asking for your thoughts on what the doctors are saying and basically on healthcare in the state and Nigeria at large. All right, so you can call and share with us. The doctors say they're not well paid, and the little money they're getting from the Lagos State government as monthly salary, especially the most senior ones, is being deducted by the Lagos State government. They're not happy. 99.3. Good morning.
Yeah, Said again.
Said, how come you're able to get me back to back? Okay, so I've told you we're not talking about the Bola Tinubu largesse of $100,000. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
All right. Please allow others call, because as you're talking to me, someone is trying to reach out as well. So the most senior medical doctor in the employ of the Lagos State government earns, from what I'm hearing, 1,000. That's about 1.6 million naira per month. Is that small? Is that small? Because 99.3. Yeah.
Good morning. Just go to where.
Sorry. Hello. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, it's a bit better.
Hey, wow, that was cool. Okay, this is Joy.
Welcome, Joy.
Okay. It is really pathetic what is happening to the hospitals we have in Lagos and Nigeria as a whole. And yesterday, in fact, coincidentally, I took my dad to hospital yesterday.
Oh,
right.
God bless you.
Having a prostate issue.
Uh-oh.
Now, if you see what is actually happening, now I'm going to say I don't pity anybody anymore as it stands now. We, like the other woman will say, we are the weapon fashioned against us. If you see what people are passing through, right? if you see what people, this is federal, you are going to pity for yourself being an old person in Nigeria. It is pathetic. You see old people helpless. The doctor you're seeing, maybe he's going to attend, I don't know how many persons he's going to attend to. And there are some things he cannot just do. He will take it to consultant. The consultant will say, I can't see more than 10 persons. Imagine a lot of people.
Okay, consultant will say, I can't see more than 10 people.
Yes, the consultant.
Okay, why?
He can't see more than 10. I don't know the reason. I really do not know the reason.
So who takes the patient to go? Is it the resident doctor or houseman?
I don't know if he's a resident doctor, because there's something that will be more than what they can actually do. So you meet a particular doctor I met with. So maybe that one is more than what he can actually do. So he takes it to the consultant, right? Then the consultant, he said, because I was number 14, right? Yes, on the list. So there's no way he could have seen my dad. Because my dad came the previous week with my brother, the same thing happened. He was not on that number 10. So they said, they cannot see him. But my daddy nearly collapsed. One of the nurses came and helped him. That was the reason they were able to even see him yesterday, because of what happened.
So what are you saying in essence? What are you saying?
What I'm trying to say is this. The doctors we have are few. And they have a lot of patients they're attending to.
Okay.
And they cannot do anything. And these same doctors, they have hospitals they want to also, other hospitals, maybe private hospitals, they want to also go and consult in. So when they do the one they can do in the state or in the federal government, they have the time. Once that time elapses, they move.
Do you think the federal government should ban, if they have not banned already, doctors in public employ from going to private?
For our state, our leaders not to go. If you're a public servant, you must treat your children, your whatever, in our federal and state hospitals.
All right, Joe.
If that is done,
thank you.
I bet you everything will be better.
Thank you very much.
Don't pray to be sick, don't even pray.
Joe, thank you. 99.3, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please. Name, location, and contribution.
My name is Drew. I'm calling from Marina at the moment.
Okay, Joe, please go on.
So I would like to talk about this health challenge we have in Nigeria. Sometime last year, I was diagnosed with something I want to keep private, but I was asked to see a consultant at this hospital at Ikeja. That's Lutz, right? So I got there. The nurse gave me a form to fill. I was asked to attach a copy of the result, a photocopy of the result of the diagnosis. And then I was told to write my number, my phone number, that I was going to get an invitation to see the consultant. Trust me, that response came 4 months later.
4 months later. Why?
Yes, I don't know. 4 months. I didn't get that response till after 4 months. So if it is somebody in a critical situation that doesn't have another option,
okay, we gotta go.
The person would have been dead.
Thank you very much. Let's go pay our bills. We'll be right back. We'll talk some more, okay?
One day now, one day. Say you still fit go on holiday, make you no day complain. Retire in grand style, make it worth your while. Choose a partner that won't stress you out. Let's shape your future. Access ARM is working for you. Access ARM is investing for you. To live a life that you dream for you. We don't go for your head.
Let's help you shape the future you deserve. Access ARM Pensions. Future shaping.
See, everybody with him own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that! My peak breakfast, with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with a peak breakfast. Have you had your peak? Reach for your peak.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
New Lafarge Water Shield Cement not confirmed.
Oh, welcome, sir. Sir, we are set to begin the foundation.
Everything set?
Everything, sir. We have the estimates for the granite, the sand, the iron rods, the concrete blocks, the cement, the...
Wait, engineer. What cement are you planning to use?
Oh, the normal cement, sir.
The normal cement?
Yes, sir.
You know the area is waterlogged and you say normal cement? Have you not heard of Water Shield? The new waterproof cement by Lafarge, designed to protect buildings from water damage and water damage to your property. If you're building in a waterlogged area, then your best bet is the new Water Shield cement by Lafarge. Water Shield is the waterproof, high-strength cement expertly formulated for all interior and external use in waterlogged areas.
New Lafarge Water Shield Cement not confirmed.
And water damage to your property.
I don't know, man. These days, all you hear is save, invest, save, Wait, how do you guys find this money? Is it not someone that is settled that will have money to save and invest? And even if I manage to invest or save, the interest rates are so low. And one can lose money in all these crypto, NFT, blockchain, and so on.
Introducing Fund 724. It's a simple solution to all your money goals. With as low as 1,000 naira or that urgent 2k in your pocket, you can start saving with Fund 724 and earn solid returns on your investment. And you can withdraw your money from your account for free. Anytime you like, just dial *724# on your mobile phone and follow the prompts.
Oh, so no need to download an app or join a long queue, huh?
Dial *724# now to get started. Fund 724 is available 24/7. Guarantee Trust Fund Managers is a subsidiary of Guarantee Trust Holding Company PLC and regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission.
What you're about to taste is so hot, it's got basket mouth singing.
Ninja pepper flavor. Yeah. Me. Ninja pepper flavor. Chris. Heat.
Nothing brings the heat like the bold taste of Mini-Me Noodles Naija Pepper Flavor. Try it today and see for yourself. Mini-Me Noodles Naija Pepper Flavor. Slap it like it's hot.
Mama, if you see how they screw up that toilet, it clean.
If it look clean, but if you no use Hypo toilet cleaner, germs go still yakpa.
No gree for germs. Protect your toilets every day with Hypo toilet cleaner.
What can your bank do for you?
Meet Jane, 25 years old. She's been having troubles acquiring a loan from her bank.
This is not okay at all. I've been on this queue forever, and you're saying I should fill another form. What's going on?
What can your bank do for you?
Meet Frank, 27 years old, held up in traffic and making fruitless transactions.
Mama, I am paying the airtime, even the electricity charges. I don't know why it's so difficult making this payment.
Introducing Safri, a lifestyle digital bank that's designed just for you. With one click, you can make easy and fast payment transactions, pay bills, and even acquire easy loans. Hurry and download the Safri app on your Play Store. Visit safrisafri.com for more information. Safri, borderless banking.
Ah, finally.
Finally what?
I've been trying to reach your phone for days.
Oh, so sorry. Telecommunication services have been very poor in my area lately. Some hoodlums vandalized the telecoms masts around here.
Ah, they tried it in my area, but guess what? Our people now protect the mast as if our lives depend on it.
Wise move. I must tell my husband to raise the issue at our community meeting so that we too can protect all our telecom masts.
Exactly. You see, when telecom masts and fiber cables are destroyed, every area of our life, from education to healthcare to banking operations and the entire economy, is affected. Vandalizing telecommunications infrastructure harms everyone. Dial 622 from any network or send an email to protect@ncc.gov.ng to report suspected cases of vandalism. This message is brought to you by mobile network operators and towercos in collaboration with the Nigerian Communications Commission.
Start your day and have a good time. Kivo Krima. Where you need to have the break time. Kivo Krima. It's not tea, Papa Garita. Kivo Krima. Kivo Krima.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, welcome back. How can Nigeria's healthcare be fixed? What are the solutions to the plethora of perennial health problems we have in this country, perennial strikes that we have? On a day, Nigerians are waking up to read that the United States government is warning if you want to get to the country, which is ruled by Donald Trump today, don't go there because you want to give birth. It's not allowed. All right? You want to give birth for citizenship. It's not allowed. And of course, it's led persons to say we need to fix our health system here so that Nigerians will not want to go abroad to give birth. Of course, some go simply because they want to have their children gain American citizenship, but a lot of other persons do so because they trust the health system there more than they trust the health system at home in Nigeria, and that's understandable. Several stories, several incidents, the statistics for infant mortality, child mortality are there. People don't want to go through all that, okay? And of course, when you've gone through a lot just to have a pregnancy come to full term, you have 9 months and the mother is about to give birth, you want to take utmost care. Now, this is not to say Nigerian doctors and hospitals are not, health workers are not good. No, they're very advanced and of course, they're very qualified, amongst the best in the world. However, the system itself is what is not working. And that is why we see today that nurses in the federal health system are on a strike. All right? On a strike. What they're asking for is for improved welfare. All right? Improved welfare. They're asking for fair payment, wages and allowances. They're asking for better working conditions. I tell you what, I told you, I had to, took care of my father in the federal hospital. I've been to that federal hospital a number of times for other reasons. And what I noticed was over time, the number of nurses reduced. Over time, this is a federal hospital. So it's not a state hospital that you say, okay, it varies from state to state. This is a federal health tertiary institution. All right, federal tertiary health institution. I noticed that within a space of some years, call it 3, 4, 5 years, the number of nurses I will see per ward reduced. Yes, and I used to make that point to those around me. So I used to see maybe 10 nurses in this ward. Let's say you have an orthopedic ward, or you have a medical ward. Of course, you have the male medical ward, you have female medical ward. If you go to the female medical ward, you have to see a certain number of nurses at the station. You go to the male medical ward, you see a certain number of nurses at the station. You go to the orthopedic and surgery, that's what it's called. You go to the male ward, you see a number of nurses at the station. Female ward, you see a number of nurses at the station. If you go to the emergency ward, for instance, not the accident and emergency center, but the emergency ward, for instance, you expect to see a certain number of nurses per time. My observation is that this number has been going down. At least in the hospital I had an opportunity to visit over years. The number of nurses went down over time. It was clear to me that something was not right. I don't know why. But if we hear that the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives is giving the federal government an ultimatum that you have to improve our welfare, you have to give us fair allowances, and you have to give us better working conditions, I think that is something that we all need to talk about. All right? We all need to talk about this. What are nurses going through? A couple of months back, a young lady put out a video on social media telling Nigerians how much she earns as a nurse. And it caused a whole lot of conversation. People are talking about it. Now, the doctors are not left out, because right here in Lagos State, now these are nurses in the federal system, right here in Lagos State, the doctors under the aegis of the Medical Guild, and these are doctors, from what I have been told, these are doctors who are in the employ of the state government. So they call themselves the Medical Guild. They are currently on strike as well. What's their grouse? That their monthly salary, some money is being deducted from their monthly salary. They're not in support of it. They're not aware of it. They sat down with the government, from what I've been told, and they promised to stop the deductions, and then in July, their money was still deducted. So for now, they are on strike 3 days. And of course, what they're saying is that we're not paid much. But the most senior doctor in the Lagos State employee gets equivalent. All right, let's talk like president. $1,100 naira equivalent. This is Dr. Jafet Olugbogi, who's quoted as saying this in today's papers. $1,100. Now, that is about 1.6 million naira. All right, that's about 1.6 million naira. And we look at what the senior doctors around the world are earning. All right, you must be a great humanitarian to remain in Nigeria as a medical doctor or a nurse. If you're a nurse in the federal government employee or even the state government employee, how much do you earn? You can call and tell me what you're going through. If you're a doctor, the same. United States of America has an average annual salary of $220,000 to $316,000 per year, for their senior doctors. If you want to divide that by 12, you get between $18,000 and $26,000 a year. That's more than 20 times what their Nigerian counterparts earn. Okay, we go to Canada. In a month, in a month, they earn about $11,000 US. That's more than 10 times, or about 10 times what the Nigerian counterparts earn. And that is the least a senior doctor will earn. In Germany, the average monthly salary is somewhere between about $12,000 US per month. That's about 10 times what the Nigerian counterparts earn, senior doctors. And that's the least. Okay. That's for senior physicians. Okay. That's for senior physicians. The UK, the senior doctors earn minimum $34,000 a month. Minimum. Or averagely, let me call that averagely, yeah, let me put it that way. $34,000 a month. That's more than 10 times, okay, more than even 20 times what the Nigerian counterparts earn. In Australia, senior physicians earn on the average $8,000 US a month. Average. So it means it could go higher than that. That's about 8 times what the Nigerian counterparts earn. In Switzerland, it's between 11 and 13,000, or let's call it 14,000 US a month. You can put that in naira equivalent. That's more than 10 times what their Nigerian counterparts earn monthly. These are senior doctors. Okay. Anyway, this is where we are. Some will argue that their remuneration in Nigerian terms is not too low. If you look at the fact that $1,100 naira in naira terms, like the president said, is 1.6 million naira per month. So see, that is not too poor. But hey, personally, you yourself, even me, you're my small family. It's big in Jesus' name. The expenses alone, I don't think this 1.6 million naira will be enough. Expenses for a senior doctor who have kids, probably is training abroad or something. It won't be enough. Just for expenses, it won't be enough. Can't even buy diesel. All right, let's go over to the phone lines. Nurses and doctors in focus. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Kofi Bartels.
Okay, who's on line, please?
This is Pastor Ladigo.
All right, welcome.
I'm calling from Orile in Sarigom. So 3 weeks ago, I lost a cousin at one of the general hospitals. I'm still feeling the death till now because of our poor hospital facilities and lack of doctors' attention. Now, you see, all these things you've mentioned, they are good. But I discovered that the only priority that everybody is concerned about in Nigeria today is to be a politician, because it seems that is where the new oil money is. Kofi, two professions that if we don't pay attention to them, any country that doesn't pay attention to these two professions, that country will be struggling and find things difficult. One, the teachers, and secondly, the doctors. If we don't remunerate these people very well, I'm telling you, what will be bringing out of our schools and our health system will be terrible. Now, you just roll out the payment of some of the doctors in other countries. I'm telling you categorically, a friend of mine is currently doing his housemanship in Lagos. No accommodation for him. No accommodation for him. He has been struggling for one, and you just imagine what that will do to somebody's psyche. By the time he's done, you just write one exam like that and find himself in one of these countries.
You mean he's doing his housemanship and he doesn't have accommodation?
Yes. No accommodation.
Where? In Lagos or where?
In Lagos. In Lagos, currently, as I'm talking to you. See, Kofi, if we only give them half of what these people that sit down to say nay and hey are earning, I'm telling you, it's not as if we don't know what is right. But our priority today, that is why you will see somebody with his PhD. He will be celebrating that he has been given PA, SSA, and they'll be so happy because they know that money will continue to run.
All right. Thank you.
Are you not seeing professors?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you calling in. I mean, yes. I from experience know that doctors, even the senior ones, sometimes they're not sometimes in federal hospitals, state hospitals are overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. I'm telling you, overwhelmed. 99.3.
Hello, Kofi. Good morning.
Yes.
Kofi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Go on, please.
See, as in, I was having this discussion with my elder sister this morning because her husband has been lined up to have his surgery at Lutz. He's supposed to have that surgery since March this year. And they postponed it to sometime around July, and now they postponed it again to October. And I was discussing with her this morning, and she was very worried. Like, it's a brain surgery.
Okay.
She's been very worried that the machines in Lutz have not been, that the doctor, that the surgeon that wants to do that, one of the machines are not that. You know, so many stories, and she was very worried. She's even having her BP, her voice getting worse. And I've been listening to this program since 8 o'clock, and honestly, I'm very happy that my number went, because what I've been doing, I've been just be crying. I've just been crying, especially when the lady who called earlier said that pray that in Nigeria you don't have health problems. Our government can do better. See, our government can do better because people are suffering when it comes to health. People are really, really suffering. We don't have doctors again.
Okay.
Everybody is running away, and the government is not concerned. They are not concerned, Kofi.
Can hear visibly in tears, or audibly. You can hear rather that he's moved to the point of tears. Moved to the point of tears.
Hello, Kofi. Good morning, sir.
My brother, going into BC. Welcome. Where are you listening
good
from?
morning, my brother. I'm listening for you from Janiki, sir.
Have you heard how Nigeria's matter or Nigeria's issue is making a grown man cry on radio?
Yes, Oga Kofi, I cried, that man cried. Nigerians are passing hell, come to health. I just calling this salary, Oga Kofi, I say, what? In outside country, doctor is earning this kind of salary? But look at our nose, even in local hospital here. When you need a sandwich the salary, they tell you say the salary is 35,000 a month. 35,000 naira in my own street here. I can call the name of the hospital for you. 35,000 naira. A nurse, a qualified nurse. We are here in this country. That's why he's spending me. Now, other leaders, they're like the player that they're sitting in bench. They are watching what is happening. When they enter there, they will still continue from where the current government stop. They will not still do things change. That's why he's spending me. If somebody is by his side now watching what this APC government, this government is doing now, when they come, can they correct things? They cannot correct things again. They will still continue. That's why I say, one day a Messiah will come. Look at now, our senator, they wear agbada, white and white, sit down in the red chamber, say hi, say no, they go home with millions. But the people that is contributing to people's life, they're giving them peanuts. They're giving them peanuts. Oga Kofi, may God help us. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rich. I appreciate it calling in. Thank you for your time. 99.3, good morning.
Good morning, Kofi. This is Kenny. How are you?
All right, Kenny, I'm okay. I'm just a bit shaken because I had a grown man cry on due to Nigeria's situation.
I know. I heard him too. It's really pathetic. It's sad and it's heart-wrenching. God will save us all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Kofi, I want to speak directly to the president because you know how I do my own things. May I please?
Yes,
Mr.
by all
President, Mr. President, it's about time that you recalibrate our doctors, the entire medical profession, especially those in government employment, our lecturers and teachers, everyone in institutions starting from primary through secondary and university and our tertiary institutions, as well as our armed forces, the police, the military, the Navy, everyone in the armed forces. You need to recalibrate their payroll. You know, the wealth of a country is actually determined by how the government staff are paid. People will look at you and say, yes, you're a wealthy country and that you are a focused president. So it's about time you take your pride of place where you belong and do the right thing. Remunerate these people properly, and it will be better for us all. Good job that you awarded the rewards to our Falcons. I expect you'll do the same to the Tigers. Continue to do that. It is good. But you need to recalibrate urgently because the optics are not complimentary in your favor.
All right, Kenny.
God bless Nigeria. In Jesus' name, amen. Good job, Kofi. Appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate it calling in. What kind of thank you? What kind of country, what kind of people, and what kind of leaders do we have who will be aware that the health system in the country is broken? This is the hospital that all Nigerians in this country have to go through or go to call their own. That the health system is broken. and they will jump on the plane and go abroad to go for their checkup while occupying government office and come back. And people are still going on the streets. Say, see us here. Oh. Do your job. Give Nigerians good health care by giving us good welfare, remuneration, allowances. I don't know. I don't think wickedness is qualifies for this, because it has to be something more than wickedness. I don't know. Insensitivity could be there, but it's something more than that. But I can't find the word. All right? I can't find the word to describe leaders who wake up and go to bed, travel around the world to take care of their health, while the people who elected them at home do not have a good health system. I can't think of a word that aptly describes such leaders. Wicked is not even strong enough. It's not strong enough. All right? I want to read some messages here, but I hope our leaders have a rethink, and, you know, they just have a thought, you know, about what exactly they're doing. Now, we have a message here. Yes, someone says the medical guild is a social of, yes, yeah, we call that on Lagos State Government Improvement. And you say, I'm a level 17, I earn like $700 monthly. All right, that is how much in Naira terms, please. I think that's a word of the day in Naira terms. That's 1 million, just about 1 million or 1.1 million. Let's say 1 million Naira a month. Yeah, even me, I'm not a doctor. My family is still growing. That 1 million can't pay my bills in a year. I'm not talking about savings in a month. You're paying for light, you're paying for water, you're paying for rent, you're paying for food, you're paying for health, you're paying for education. You're servicing your car because of the bad roads. So how do you survive, Mr. Doctor here, anonymous doctor? Another message is sent in by Bimbo Kende. Bimbo says doctors abroad earn 10 times more. Politicians, doctors abroad earn 10 times more. All right, politicians abroad earn 10 times less. What he's saying is that doctors abroad earn 10 times more than Nigerian doctors in Nigeria, and politicians abroad earn 10 times less than politicians in Nigeria. He says, Amumu never do. Shout out to Charlie Boy. Next one here says, with this okay, we're not talking about sports here. We're not talking about sports as well. So I see a lot of sports messages. Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Kofi. My name is Fabran from Ekwe. I wanted to mention that the nurses' strike is meant to commence 12 midnight Tuesday. So ideally, they will be at work today.
Okay.
It doesn't start 12 midnight Monday. The second thing was that these doctors, nurses, basically health workers strike is something that they have given enough notice to the government. I work within the health sector, and I know what we face. Within the Lagos state itself, for someone to suddenly cut your money without giving you prior notice is something that is wrong and is illegal. In normal climes, lawyers would have taken up the case. But this is Nigeria where nothing will happen. They had reached out to the government earlier, nothing was done. The same way in the federal level, suddenly a bill came out to change things before they cried out, and that's why the nurses are going on strike. Now, these things happen because nobody says anything, and
Honey, you know you're giving us everything, but there's something you're forgetting.
Another school fees?
No, AXA Mansard International Health Plan, IMED.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.